Hello, welcome back to another journal reading. You know, this channel is a long-term investment of your time for something much deeper and rewarding than a lot of the quick entertainment and quick thrills that you're going to see. I guarantee you things are going to get very interesting, and there is something to value and learn in this. So, I haven't mentioned this yet, but if you would, please hit the subscribe button or at least give this a thumbs up. I've got 7 followers now, but wouldn't it be special to know that you joined when this channel was just nothing? And then once it's up to what it can be, you'll think, wow, yeah, I was there from the beginning of this. Anyway, that's enough. Let's read some journal. January 25th, 1981. Shit! I just remembered I had to write in this log. See, I just put it off doing my homework so I can go to bed. Then I remembered I had this. So since I've got it out, what could I put in it? Got up at 9:30 again, had Rice Krispies. I didn't really do much because I can't remember what I did. I painted the wall in front of my desk white, vacuumed and put trim around the edges of my desk. I cleaned and straightened up the attic. I had to do that because my father had a fit when he saw how junked up it was up there. I also cleaned the vacuum cleaner and out real well. It stunk really bad. I inspected the parents' room often today because they're redoing their room. I lifted tonight and wrote my mother a letter. Other stuff today was just waste of time. Oh yeah, I had Joe take 2 pics of me so I have reference for drawing my body when I make plans for a go-kart or something. Whatever other ideas I have, I'm not letting them out. They're no big deal, and I would make it a big mess out of them. January 26th, 1981. Now to get this entry out of the way early, today was an average Monday. A strange thing though, I woke up with a bad headache that persisted all day. That disturbs me. It better not happen again. I never mentioned the inferiority complex I went through last week in school. I felt like I was hated by everyone. It was a result of how I acted due to the evolution religion stuff we went through. Today I practiced some leadership by taking charge of the bulletin board assignment we had in Spanish. We, the class, had to do a bulletin mural having something to do with Valentine's. I got up and took charge of what to do. Mrs. Brent, teacher of that class, congratulated me on the way I handled it. I feel, however, I didn't do it the way I wanted to. I felt real bossy, and behind my back, my classmates were slandering me instead of following me. They did what I told them, though. I have to learn how to listen to people a lot more. A goal. After school, the parents were home because Tough, our bull, got out and George helped them. So I had lunch, washed the dishes, shot guns with Joe, took pictures with Joe. We got some interesting shots, talked with company we had over about Bandit we're trying to get rid of. Did math homework, writing this book. I'll have to do more homework and read. So I better get started. Tomorrow. Here's tomorrow. The 150th day of writing a journal. January 27th, 1981. I'm back to writing my log in bed. Decide later if it looked sloppy because of the position I'm in. My handwriting is so sloppy anyway, I don't think it would make any difference. I had some real good things to put down. They're very lengthy and weighty, and the only reason for writing them down would be for memory's sake. If I don't, it would affect the outcome of the thought. Briefly, my goal is to, by February, eat no more garbage that harms my body and start constant stretching for track season. I was going to write out a segment convincing myself to stick with the goal, but like I said, it will work without writing it. I feel real good. I got all my stuff done in school, and we are scheduling for next year, which means I'm making directional decisions that may affect my life. Pretty neat, huh? I know they will. I'm spreading myself in two directions, though. I want to be a politician, but yet I excel in sciences. Humanities and science seem to be opposite. Humanities and sciences tend to be two different topics in life, opposites. I do extremely well in both. My plan for a new order of society is combine science and morality to make a mind that comprehends positively. I will mix these two together in my future life. These two aspects will govern life on Earth. They have to coincide. I'll try it out on myself. The whole plan fits together really excellent. I didn't explain that very well just now, but it is something that I think of very much, and is in the early stages of development. I'll outline it better in my ideas book, but it's here now because it is what's going on with me. I really feel I'm coming along well with the weights. I look in the mirror and think I see an improvement, but then I hear about my friends lifting for a lot less time and they have more improvement than I. I wonder what's up. Well, I know I'm progressing. Gotta go. Laters. January 28th, 1981. I don't think of how to start this entry off. I just said to Joe, I can't think of how to start this entry off. I just said to Joe, well, I get that far and I'm still running into a block. I'll just enter a strong feeling I got today. This life I'm living now, in New York, father, stepmother, brothers, is not really helping me out. I feel I am different than what I'm showing now. I feel I'm guided too much of my environment. I'm not my true self. I made a commitment to not let myself be molded into a permanent form until I'm on my own and have nothing directly governing me, so I can be myself and get rid of all my negative aspects. I long to be on my own, to be Kent. I made this commitment now, so it will be with me now, which will make me start the trend now. I want to start that now so I can see how it works and affects me. If I want it, why wait? I'm not being too ambitious. It will not hurt me. I feel as if I'm immune to hurt to a great degree because I've made myself into a learning machine. And bad situations hurt is good on its other side because you can learn from it and make yourself better by the experience. But this is tricky if you don't do it right. There's no real rule of doing it, though. You have to have a general attitude about things that will ultimately govern your actions into using a situation right. See, being productive doesn't work at the level of guiding yourself with rules. You have to guide it at the source so your reaction only do what's going on at the source. If your source is productive, your actions will be, and vice versa. Whoa, how did I get off writing all that? It's not bad though. I didn't realize I was writing all that. What did I say? Wow, that's neat and true. Let's come back to that. Well, there's my philosophy for the day. I have been happy this week. The reactions I get from schoolmates to what I do is pretty good, although I don't know if it's the way they're being to me or the way I'm taking it. I believe it's the latter. However, with this rise in my socializing, I've experienced that I change from it and sort of turn my friends off. A up and down cycle. Let's see what happens with this recent rise. I have to go. Anything else I didn't say is still a part of me. I think my body knows when I'm writing this log. It always has to go to the bathroom when I'm entering. Oh, well, let's take time to do a little analysis here of that one. Two things that I noticed is that as a young man, I was at 15 was thinking about my independence when I'm going to be on my own. A full 3 years ahead of when legally I could even be on my own. And what strikes me now is the contrast with today's youth. Today's youth is, I don't want to be derogatory, but it seems like you Gen Zers and newer are never going to leave the home. Okay, I'm not dissing you. There are economic factors that have a lot to do with that, and society has changed quite a bit where, children stay in their parents' home for much longer. But it's just interesting to note that, in the early 80s, it really was not uncommon for it was almost unheard of for a kid to stay at home past 18. And so you were thinking about it well before 18. Second point is that I've stumbled on a philosophy I think is really good. And I actually have use it to this day. And that is, have a base attitude towards something and the actions will follow that attitude. Right? What I mean by the source is have a source belief, a core philosophy, a base attitude. And then from there, you will be able to respond to situations and predicaments and everything according to that. Your reactions are not reactionary. They are congruent with your philosophy or your belief, which can reinforce the good parts of that decision or that action or the outcome, or help you more aware of the negative outcomes. So, it's about going back to basics. And does that tie into today's youth not leaving home? Well, roughly, if you don't have something to believe in, it's going to dictate your actions. Okay, so let's say the strong belief back in the early 80s was independence, a young person striking out on their own. Okay, then by 18, you're going to find a way to move out. By contrast, if today's generation, young generation, doesn't believe in independence, doesn't believe in self-reliance and strong individuality, then you're probably not going to have the same motivation to strike out on your own. Just an observation, not a judgment. That's it for today. Hey, please subscribe. Be an early adopter of the Tao Male philosophy. There's good outcomes.